Now they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
On play action, they'll throw. Buying time to his left. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over!
They'll try and throw for it here. Flush to his right. He gets it to Brown. Complete. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Gone! Over!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now Gordon on 1st down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And they'll go ground game here with a timeout. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run with Hines. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Murray. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring it.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the Dolphins. And even 40 yards. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and goal. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean,
the ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. And they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave them with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far. 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun, eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up. after this. The Dolphins on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Defensively, they know the situation. They stacked the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through it. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. If they can penetrate it at all.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Back to throw here. He's going to let it fly. Hill shedding the tackle. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. He'll look to throw here. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. Despite the heavy running, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
Murray now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
His throw incomplete. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for the Dolphins, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. That's it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.